Hello everyone, myself Mr. Nimesh G. Gandhi. I am working as an assistant professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is heat transfer. In this subject, we are going to discuss about critical thickness of insulation for cylinder and sphere. We are going to discuss about critical thickness of insulation for cylinder. First of all, what is insulation? Then after we are going to discuss about critical thickness, and then after we are deriving the equation for the critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder. First of all, what is insulation? Insulation means the material which retards the flow of heat with reasonable effectiveness. It is called as a insulation. We can also say that the purpose of the insulation is what? The purpose of insulation is it prevents the heat flow from system to surrounding and surrounding to system. Suppose if I will consider that we have the one solid cylinder is there. So heat is transferred at inside to outside. Suppose I will consider one insulation is there. Okay, the function of insulation is what? To retard, or we can say that it prevent the heat flow from that system to surrounding. It means that solid cylinder to the surrounding to prevent the heat flow, or we can say that a heat flow, it prevent the heat flow from the surrounding to system. It's a function of the, or we can say that the purpose of the insulation. Now what is critical thickness? Critical thickness means what? The thickness up to which heat flow is increasing and after which heat flow is decreasing. This term is called as a critical thickness, but in case of cylinder and sphere, we are just considered as a critical radius. Okay, now what will be our definition? Okay, thickness up to which heat flow is increasing. It means suppose I will consider one solid cylinder is there. That solid cylinder having a first initially 3 mm thickness is there. We just consider 3 mm thickness is there. So up to which what? Okay, heat flow is increasing. But suppose I will consider 5 mm thickness is there. So maybe the material of that solid cylinder or insulation is there. Okay, 3 mm up to 3 mm heat flow is increasing, but after if I will consider 5 mm the heat flow is decreasing. So it means that 3 mm it's your thickness at which critical thickness, which is called as a critical thickness up to which heat flow is increasing. But suppose I will consider 5 mm, sometime of the heat flow will be decreasing. That is called critical thickness of insulation. But suppose I will consider for the solid, if I will consider the cylinder or sphere, so we can say that critical radius. So what will be the definition of critical thickness? So thickness up to which heat flow is increasing and after which heat flow is decreasing, that term is called critical thickness. But in case of cylinder and sphere, it is called as a critical radius. Now we are going to derive the equation for the critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder. So first initially I am just consider that we are just consider initially one solid cylinder is there. Okay, that solid cylinder we are just consider whose radius is r1. R1 is the radius of the solid cylinder. Then after we are just consider one insulation is there. You can see here one insulation is there. Okay, that thickness of that insulation is r2 minus r1. Thickness of insulation r2 minus r1, and r2 is the radius of the insulation. Then after we just consider outside fluid film is there. Outside fluid film is there. It means outside convection is there. So we just consider HO is a heat transfer coefficient at outer surface of the insulation and surrounding air. T1 is a surface temperature of the solid cylinder and T air a surrounding temperature of the air. And suppose I will consider the insulation temperature. So insulation temperature we are just denoted by the T2. Okay, that is your solid cylinder, that will be your insulation is there and outside air is present. Now we have just considered heat is transferred at inside to outside radially outward, we can say that. Okay, so it will be transferred at T1 to T2 and then after T2 to T air. Okay, so T1 to T2 it's your conduction is there and T2 to T air is your convection is there. Okay, then after K is the thermal conductivity of the insulating material. Then after that cylinder having a length is there, so we can just denote it by L. L is the length of the cylinder. Okay, up to that. And T air means air temperature or outside temperature of the atmosphere, we can say that. Okay, now how we should start this theory, how we can derive that equation. So initially we are just consider rate of heat transfer from the rate of heat transfer from from the solid cylinder to the surrounding air. Surroundings air. So is given by, so how it will be consider. So first of all, how we can consider, so rate of heat transfer from solid cylinder to, so that will be solid cylinder. So heat is transfer from that T1 to T2 first, because already I told you, okay, heat is transfer inside surface to the outside surface. Okay, it means heat is transferred T1 to T, air is there, but how it possible? So first of all, heat is transferred T1 to T2, and then after heat is transferred T2 to T air. But T1 to T2 heat will be transferred solid to solid. It's your conduction. Heat transfer take place by the conduction resistance, and T2 to T air heat transfer take place by the convection, because solid to fluid is there. Okay, so how our equation will be considered? So already I told you the hollow cylinder and composite cylinder theory we derive already in previous videos. So you can see first that theory, then after you can understand what about the critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder. So first of all, rate of heat transfer from solid cylinder to the surrounding air, it means heat is transferred at T1 to T air. So how it will be considered? So we just consider rate of heat transfer, which is denoted by the Q, is equal to heat is transferred T1 to T air. So T1 minus T air, maximum temperature minus minimum temperature. Then after we just consider the resistance for the conduction resistance. Why we should consider conduction resistance? Because heat is transferred T1 to T2, which is take place by the conduction resistance, and conduction resistance for the cylinder is ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi K into L. Plus heat is transferred T2 to T air, it means convection resistance. Heat is transferred take place by the convection resistance, that will be series will be there, so summation will be considered. So plus convection resistance 1 upon HO, outside HO is there, heat transfer coefficient, into area, and outside area is 2 pi R2 into L. R2 is the radius of the insulation. Okay, up to that over. Now we just consider one condition is there. Okay, suppose we have a two factor is there, that is your conduction resistance is there, and that will be a convection resistance. So we just considered we have a two factor is there, that factor for the conduction factor, and that will be your convection. Now we just consider R2 is only common variable in the both the factor. R2 is only common, baki is 2 pi L, and 2 pi L we are just consider constant term. Normally we are just consider. So R2 is a common variable we are just consider. Okay, suppose the value of the R2 is increasing. Okay, so that factor is increasing, it means conduction resistance is increasing, but 1 upon HO 2 pi R2L, it means convection resistance is decreasing. What I am telling you, okay, suppose the value of the R2 value is increasing. So R2 is increasing, it means that conduction factor will be increasing, or that factor is increasing, but that factor is decreasing. But we require the Q is maximum. Q is only maximum whenever that denominator becomes a minimum. The value of the denominator is minimum, so value of the Q is maximum. So the denominator is differentiate with respect to R2. We just consider the denominator with respect to R2, it will be differentiate. Why we have consider R2 is, so because R2 is only common variable which is present in the conduction resistance and convection resistance. So that condition will be required. So we have just considered that condition. Why we should consider that condition? Because we require the value of the Q is maximum. Q is only maximum, that denominator becomes a minimum. So that denominator differentiate with respect to R2. R2 is only common variable in the both the factor. That condition will be applied. So we have just considered d by d R2 is equal to 0, and that side will be considered that denominator. And what will be our denominator? ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL plus 1 upon HO 2 pi R2 into L. That condition will be considered. Okay, now 2 pi L, 2 pi L, 2 pi L and 2 pi L take common. Okay, we are just taking common, and then after it will be 0 will be considered. So what will be our equation now? Okay, d by d R2, so inside the bracket will be just separate out ln R2 by R1. So how it will be separate out? So ln R2, okay, divided by, only k is present because we are taking 2 pi L common, and it will be 0 will be considered. Okay, so that will be considered. Now how it will be separate out? Okay, minus ln R1. Just I separate out ln R2 minus R2 by R1, so it will be separate out ln R2 minus ln R1. It will be considered divided by K plus 1 upon HO into R2, because we are taking 2 by L common, okay, is equal to 0. Okay, up to that. Now differentiation will be start. Okay, how it will be differentiated with respect to R2, it will be considered, and that condition will be considered is equal to 0. Okay, now ln R2 by K. So differentiation of ln R2. So differentiation of ln R2 is 1 upon R2, and K is constant term as it is K. Okay, minus the differentiation of with respect to R2, but that both are in constant term. So constant term differentiation will be 0. So minus 0 will be there. So we are not considered here. Okay, then after plus 1 upon HO into R2. So differentiation of 1 upon R2 with respect to R2. So what will be our differentiation? So our differentiation is what? First initially we are just consider plus sign as it is, and then after 1 upon R2 differentiation is minus 1 upon R2 square. Minus 1 upon R2 square, differentiation of the 1 upon R2, and HO is constant term, so as it is into HO is equal to 0. Okay, up to that. Now we just separate out, we are just taking that, remove the bracket first, and then after we are just consider this side. So first of all initially we are just consider R2 1 upon R2 into K minus 1 upon R2 square into HO is equal to 0. Okay, now we are just taking that term will be this side, we are just consider, so it becomes a minus, so it becomes a here positive it becomes. So we are just consider 1 upon R2 is equal to 1 upon R2 square into HO. Okay, now R2 1 upon R2 will be cancel out. Okay, so we are just consider R2 term this side, K will be this side, so it will be R2 is equal to K by HO. R2 is equal to K by HO. We can also say that RC is equal to R2 K by HO. RC is called critical radius. So what is our equation for the critical radius or critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder? So our equation is R2 is equal to K by HO. Okay, up to that. Now above relation represent the condition for the minimum resistance and maximum heat flow rate. Okay, because we are already considered that if Q is only maximum, that resistance becomes a minimum. Okay, so we have just considered that apply the condition for the minimum resistance and maximum rate of heat flow rate. Okay, then after another condition is what? K. Another condition is what? Okay, R2 is only depend on the thermal quantities. Which thermal quantities R2 is depend on the? So R2 is depend on the K and HO. R2 is not depend, or we can say that R2 is independent of the R1. It means the value of the R2 is not depend on the R1. It means which is not depend on the surface, or we can say that cylinder radius, solid cylinder radius, which is not depend on the R1, which is only depend on the thermal quantity, and thermal quantity which, so HO and K. So you can see here okay, R2 is only depend on the K and HO, which is independent of the R1. Okay, up to that over. So we are just deriving that theory for the critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder. Okay, now we are deriving the theory for the now critical thickness of insulation for the sphere. First of all, we are just discuss about the critical thickness of the insulation for the cylinder. Now we are going to discuss about the critical thickness of insulation for the sphere. Initially, whenever this type of theory is coming in your exam, first of all you should mention that what is insulation. So already I told you what is insulation. So insulation means what? Okay, insulation is which material which retard the flow of heat with reasonable effectiveness. It is called as an insulation. The purpose of insulation is what? Which prevent the heat flow from system to surrounding and surrounding to system. Then after you should mention that okay, what is critical thickness. So critical thickness, already I told you what is critical thickness. So definition is same for the critical thickness for the cylinder as well as sphere. What is critical thickness? So thickness up to which heat flow is increasing and after which heat flow is decreasing. That term is called as a critical thickness. But in case of cylinder and sphere, we can say that critical radius. Okay, similar way I am just consider that here once sphere will be considered. So initially I'm just consider that is your solid sphere is there. Solid sphere is there. That solid sphere is covered with the insulation. That is your insulation layer of the insulation is there. Okay. Then after outside surrounding air is present. Okay. R1 is a radius of the solid sphere. R2 is a radius of the insulation, and R2 minus R1 it means critical thickness, we can say that, or we can say that thickness of the insulation. K is the thermal conductivity of the insulating material. HO means heat transfer coefficient of outside surface of the insulation and surrounding air. T1 is the surface temperature of the solid sphere, and T2 it's a surface temperature of, we can say that, insulation, and Tr means surrounding or atmospheric temperature. Up to that over. Similar way, according to cylinder theory, similar way we are going to derive the theory for the spheres. Similarly, only a resistance will be different. Okay, so how we can start? So initially similar way we just consider rate of heat transfer from the surface of solid sphere to the surrounding. Similar we just consider surrounding. Okay, so is given by, or we can say that is given by. So how it will be considered? Similar we just consider rate of heat transfer, which is denoted by the Q, is equal to, similarly heat is transferred from first initially T1 to T2 and then after T2 to Tr. But what we consider heat is transferred from that solid surface of the sphere to the surrounding. It means heat is transferred T1 to Tr. Inside temperature is high, outside temperature is low. So how it will be considered? T1 greater than T2 greater than Tr. So heat is transferred T1 to Tr. Okay, so T1 to T2 heat transfer take place by the conduction resistance, and T2 to Tr heat transfer take place by the convection resistance. Okay, so how it will be considered? So first of all we have just considered composite sphere equation. Already I told you composite sphere equation in theory of the composite sphere we derive in previous lecture. Similar way hollow sphere we already derive. Similar we just consider here. Okay, so how it will be considered? So first of all initially we just consider T1 minus Tr. Heat is transferred at T1 to Tr. Okay, now how many resistance is there? The first heat is transferred T1 to T2. It's your conduction resistance for the sphere. Okay, so what will be conduction resistance for the sphere? So conduction resistance for the sphere equation is R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K R1 R2. Okay, that is a conduction resistance for the sphere. Okay, plus T2 to Tr. So heat is transferred T2 to Tr by the convection, because heat is transferred that solid cylinder to the surrounding fluid. Okay, solid to fluid heat transfer, convection resistance will be considered, which is 1 upon HO into area, and area of the sphere normally we are consider 4 pi. Okay, and outside radius is R2 is there, so 4 pi R2 square. Okay, up to that same. Similar we are going. Already we discussed in cylinder theory. Similar we are going here. Only the resistance will be changed. Both conduction and convection resistance will be same. Similar process will be same. Okay. Similarly, we are just consider okay, R2 is common variable in both the factor. Okay, because we are not consider 4 pi. It's a constant term. We are just concentrate on the R2 is a common variable which is present in the both the factor, or we can say that both, which is present in the both the resistance, conduction resistance as well as convection resistance. Okay, suppose I will increase the value of the R2, so that factor is increasing but that factor is decreasing. Okay, and Q is only maximum, Q is only possible maximum when that denominator becomes a minimum. Okay, so we require the denominator is minimum, only denominator is minimum when Q is maximum. Okay, so how we get the value of the Q is maximum? So denominator becomes a minimum, and denominator is normally depend on the value of the R2, because R2 is common variable which is present in the conduction resistance as well as convection resistance. Similar way we are just differentiate with respect to R2 is equal to 0 will be considered. We are just denominator will be differentiate with respect to R2, and what will be our denominator? R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi k R1 R2 plus 1 upon h of 4 pi R2 square is equal to 0. That denominator is differentiate with respect to R2. Why we should differentiate with respect to R2? Because R2 is common variable which is present in the conduction resistance as well as convection resistance, and R2 that resistance, or we can say that resistance is only minimum. At that time Q becomes a maximum. Okay, so differentiate with respect to R2. So first term will be considered. So just first of all we are just separate out that R2 minus R1. So how it will be considered? So we just consider that that will be our R2 by 4 pi k R1 R2. Okay, similarly minus that bracket will be just separate out 4 pi k R1 R2 plus 1 upon h of 4 pi R2 square is equal to 0. Okay, up to that. Now that R2 will be cancel out. Okay, that R1 will be cancel out. Now what will be our equation now? So our equation is d by d R2 inside the bracket first 1 upon 4 pi k R1 minus 1 upon 4 pi k R2 plus 1 upon h of 4 pi R2 square is equal to 0. Okay, now that equation is differentiate now with respect to R2. Okay, so in first term you can see here R2 is not present. It means that is your constant term is there, and the differentiation of constant term with respect to R2 it will be 0. So that term will be 0. So 0 minus, so we are not considered here 0. Okay, so we can also consider 0 minus. Okay, as it is that minus sign will be considered here minus. Okay, now 1 upon 4 pi k. Okay, 4 pi. Okay, so we are just consider 4 pi here, 4 pi here, 4 pi, and here 4 pi. Take common and it will be 0. Okay, so we are not considered that 4 pi and 4 pi. Up to that over. Now here now only present is 1 upon k into R2. Okay, now 1 upon k as it is constant term first. Okay, we are just considering sub bracket. Okay, now what will be the differentiation of 1 upon R2? So differentiation of 1 upon R2 with respect to R2 is minus 1 upon R2 square. Minus 1 upon R2 square. Okay, up to that. Okay, then after that plus as it is, we are just over that bracket plus as it is. Now constant term 1 upon HO is constant term, so we are just taking 1 upon HO as it is. Okay, now 1 upon R2 square. What will be the differentiation of 1 upon R2 square? So differentiation of 1 upon R2 square is, we can also write, suppose we are just consider d by d R2. Now inside the bracket 1 upon R2 square is there. Okay, so how it will be considered? So first of all we are just consider d by d R2 as it is. We are just taking R2 upper side, so it will be R2 minus 2, R2 raised to minus 2. Now what will be our differentiation? So we are just consider differentiation with respect to R2, so it will be minus 2 R2 minus 2, then after minus 1 will be considered, so it will be minus 3. Okay, now we can also write minus 2 divided by R2 raised to 3. I am just taking that will be below side, so it becomes a positive. So what will be our differentiation 1 upon R2 square? So it will be minus 2 by R2 cube. Okay, is equal to 0. That is your differentiation of that 1 upon R2 square. Similar way we can also say that 1 upon R2 you can also consider how it will be considered d by d R2, and 1 upon R2 is there. Okay, now R2 take upper side, so d by d R2 as it is, and R2 upper side, it becomes a minus 1. Okay, now what will be differentiation? So it will be differentiation with respect to R2, so minus 1 as it is. Okay, it will be n r raised to n minus 1 will be considered, so it will be R2 minus 1 minus 1, so it will be minus 1 R2 raised to minus 2. So what will be our answer? Minus 1, we have just considered that will be below side, so it will be R2 raised to square. You can see here minus 1 upon R2 square. That is your differentiation will be just considered. Okay, up to that. Now you can concentrate here. Okay, now up to that over. Now we are just taking that bracket will be removed. Okay, so we are removing that bracket, so that minus and that minus, it becomes a plus. So what will be our now answer? Okay, 1 upon k r2 square, that minus minus plus. Okay, minus that plus is there, so it becomes a minus. So minus 1 upon, here 1 is there, here 2 is there, so 2 by HO into R2 cube is equal to 0. That equation is now converting to this form. Okay, now we are just similarly taking this type. Okay, so it becomes a 1 upon k r2 square is equal to 2 by HO into R2 cube. Okay, now R2 square and R2 cube cancel out, so remaining here only present R2 is there. Okay, now that R2 we just take this side, so it becomes a R2 is equal to, now we are just consider k this side, so it becomes a 2k by HO. That is your critical thickness of insulation for the sphere equation. Already we derived for the cylinder equation. The cylinder equation is what? K by HO only. Now the sphere equation is twice K by HO. We can also say that critical radius. Okay, similar way we can say that from that equation that the R2 is depend on the thermal quantity, thermal conductivity and thermal heat transfer coefficient, which is not depend, or we can say that which is independent of the R1, which is not depend on the R1, only depend on the value of the thermal quantity and thermal conductivity. Which thermal conductivity will be considered? It will be thermal conductivity as well as heat transfer coefficient. So in this lecture we derived the two equations. First equation we derived for the cylinder, and cylinder equation we derive R2 or RC is equal to K by HO for the cylinder, and sphere we derive RC is equal to R2 is equal to twice K by HO for the sphere. That is your critical radius or critical thickness equation for the cylinder and sphere. Okay, up to that. Thank you.